Hello, hello. So it's been a while since we've actually done a news video doing some Undaunted Raid related stuff, the box opening and whatnot, and then just kind of procrastinating, waiting to see if, because we knew we were going to get this ban list update on today, the Wednesday, right? So yeah, getting right into it, that ban list update is there are none. There are no bans, they are reasonably content with the variety of decks that people are bringing to events. They're pretty happy that people aren't dying on turn 2 left and right anymore the way they were, with Ojiro, and to some extent some of these one with nature decks were able to do. And they don't seem too worried about the gatekeepers right now. The recovery girls, the Jiro, the Futures Now Jiros, the one punch decks, some mix of not being played that much, and they've yet to actually fully win an event yet, so they seem okay with those for now, and just on we go and see what people play once Undaunted Raid comes out. So, not much more to report on the banner errata front. Basically, there weren't on. They gave some other details also today about some surrounding stuff, but just going back a little bit, they did have a printing error in Undaunted Raid. Some 10% of boxes probably biased towards ones that got sent to North American hobby distributors, because it sounds like it's been more than that in terms of players that got their boxes from their stores and whatnot, but some percentage of boxes are missing half of the commons. Having looked at uncut sheets before and even done some gridding for this game before back in the day, I can only assume that they had half of the commons on one sheet and half of the commons on the other sheet, and the printer was supposed to mix those kind of equally in some way, and that they messed that up for some subset of packs, right? Maybe that's because of the chromes being included, or something else just went wrong with the sorter or whatnot, but anyway, the TLDR is half the commons are missing from some portion of boxes, and if you ordered a box or two or a case or whatnot and you didn't get half the commons in yours, then they say to just send them an email. I'll link to the article with the detailed instructions, but basically email Jasco with a receipt and a picture of the contents of your box in some fashion, and they will send you a playset of the commons that are missing, but they have to get them printed on demand, so it's going to take a while. Might not be worth your time compared to just going to a Rochester CCG or an Unfun Stuff or a Legendary Wolf or whatnot, and or TCG Player Hack, and just buying yourself the commons that you're missing, right? We'll see what the prices on those end up being. It's going to be a weird situation, but and Jesco is going to do what they can to remedy this, although it's going to take some time. They also, a little more longer ago, a couple days before the pre-releases, released their usual game rules updates for set 5. They also released a floor rules update, and I don't want to get too much into the details of those because I do still intend Copium to do a separate video on those. Sooner or later I'll actually follow through on that, but there's a lot to cover, so I tried to bullet point them out for this, and there's like 6 things just in the floor rules I wanted to talk about, so that'll all be a separate video, but there were some updates. Again, I'll link to those in the description. They highlight all the changes in red text, so you can just scroll through them and see what's up. The biggest chunk of news that we've got in the past couple weeks has been the Provisional Season 2 information. So they've announced how the pricing for those is going to work. It's going to be, certainly a little more exciting than what we had going on Season 1. They keep iterating on this. They keep making it better for the most part. And so this time there are going to be 5 promos. There are going to be 4 participation promos, which are all some pretty cool attack cards. And then 1 winner promo, 1 promo card that only the winner gets. And in this case, it's the promo Bubble Girl featured above. So in order to get this, you have to win a provisional. But of course, like all promos, it will be available on redemption. And they just recently changed this. I don't know when it changed, but I was looking at the article to link it for this, and they'd originally announced that these cards would be available for redemption on September 1st. Now they're going to be available for redemption on August 18th, it now says in the article. And they will be legal, they announced today, on September 1st. So there's going to be like a 2-week time where they can try to ship these things out before they're actually legal. People can try to get them in time for the Rochester RLE, which is going to be the first major event that features these provisional cards. And some of them look like they're going to be pretty impactful, so that is a relevant distinction. Particularly Overhaul's card. I don't know, there's some people that are really excited about the... There's a Fat Gum attack that's not really Fat Gum themed, but it gets really, really fast if they have a bunch of ready foundations, and that's kind of interesting. Yeah, so those cards, you'll get the 4 attacks for participating. If you do well. Like 2nd through 4th don't get a whole lot of extra prizes. They get 1 or 2 extra promos and 1 or 2 victory packs. So it's really win or bust for these. They even made it so that there's only 1 invite now, at least listed in the article. I didn't see anything about that scaling based on size. They might still technically be doing that, and they just didn't think to write it out. You might want to ask, some of the Jask organized play people if you expect to have a bigger provisional than 16. But yeah, so pretty interesting setup. A lot of people have their invites for nationals now, so this prizing structure is probably intended to make these provisionals, more competitive, less, maybe they got a lot of stories about people kind of just gaming the outcomes, right? Which they might still do in like Wheel and Deal on the promos or such, but yeah, should be interesting. Some exciting promos and prizes for sure. And yeah, so that's it for news. Since I had space here, I wanted to just run through the upcoming events, something I did a lot in some of these early videos I kind of fell out of doing. But yeah, we have the Season 2 RLE schedule, of course. Most of these, the signups are available for. I think everything but Las Vegas you can go and sign up for in the UGN. Reminder, there is the Raid the RLE promotion, where if you are one of the first 128 to sign up for an RLE, you get 1 point towards the 3 that you need to get a free box. So some incentive to go ahead and make sure you sign up for these if you're planning on playing. Yeah, we're going to start this right off. There's going to be 4 RLEs in a 6-week span starting 10 days from now. It's going to be a webcam RLE on July 15th, Auckland and Oceania on July 22nd, an in-person Oceania RLE. I'm excited to see what the turnout is there. August 5th, the RLE at Gen Con, and then August 19th, Sheffield, UK. So you have a lot of results very quickly. We'll see how this new Set 5 format shakes out. And really, 4 different regions, right? Webcam is its own beast. There are decks that people don't like to play on webcam or do like to play on webcam, or you get people who only play on webcam that don't really get to travel that much and have their own weird brews. So that should be cool. And of course, then we have 3 regional metas, right? The US in-person meta, the UK meta, the Oceania meta, and they're all going to kind of come in sequence here, and we'll see what results from that, if one impacts the other, if they're all just kind of doing their own thing. And then provisional promos will become legal, and then we have September 9th in Rochester, 3 weeks after the very busy 6 weeks. And that'll be for people looking for a nationals invite, that'll be one of your last chances if you're on the eastern part of the North America and you can make it out to Rochester pretty easily. That's a very good idea to come. That's going to be in Millennium Games' new store. It's very, very large. It's very, very cool. Come check that out. And if you're on the west side of the country, your sort of last chance RLE is going to be on September 30th. And of course, if you already have your invite, the pricing for these RLEs is, again, improved over Season 1. Again, looking pretty good, pretty cool. So yeah, definitely a lot to look forward to there. So yeah, that'll do it for today's video. I will try to do this rules thing at some point, over the weekend or whatnot, if I can, stop procrastinating and sit down and do it. And yeah, other than that, probably next one after the webcam RLE, we'll see what goes down. Have a good night.